Should we have a little talk? Is there anyone out there like me? I used to carry that question around without even saying it out loud. It sat somewhere in my chest, especially when I was around people, and nothing was wrong on the surface. Conversations were happening, things looked normal, and still something in me felt slightly out of place, like I had stepped into a house that I could stay in but not really live in. For a long time I thought it meant I didn't belong anywhere, that I was missing something other people seemed to have naturally, some ease or some instinct for connection that I just couldn't reach properly. So I did what most people do. I tried to adjust, I paid attention. I learned how to meet people where they were, how to sand down certain parts of myself so they wouldn't catch on anything. And the strange thing is, it kind of worked. I wasn't rejected, I wasn't alone in the obvious sense. I could be part of things, I could move through different spaces, I could make it look like I fit. But I started to notice something that took me years to admit to myself, which is that every time I did that, every time I adjusted just enough to stay, I left a small part of myself behind, like something slipping off in deep snow without a sound. And when you do that often enough, you end up in a life where you are present but not fully there, like standing in a place that never quite takes your weight, connected but not really met, surrounded but still carrying that same quiet question. When I moved north, something about that stopped working in the way I was used to. I didn't suddenly become more social or find some perfect group of people waiting for me. It wasn't that kind of change. It was more that the environment didn't allow me to keep doing the same subtle adjustment. The land doesn't meet you halfway. It stays as it is. You don't soften yourself to match it. You either stand in it as you are, or you feel the distance immediately. There isn't much space for performing something more acceptable. The silence is too honest for that, and the rhythm here is not interested in whether you fit in. It just continues regardless. At first that made the feeling of being alone sharper, because I didn't have the same way of smoothing it over anymore. But after a while something else came into view, something I hadn't allowed myself to see before. Maybe the problem wasn't that I couldn't belong. Maybe it was that I had learned how to belong almost anywhere without asking myself if it was actually right for me. That's a different kind of mistake, and it's harder to see because it doesn't look like failure. It looks like adaptation, like flexibility, like being easy to be around. But when you can enter almost any space and adjust enough to stay, it means you have mastered staying and lost the feel of where you don't have to. Everything becomes fine, nothing settles, and that's a very quiet kind of loss. So when I think about that question now, is there anyone out there like me? I don't hear it the same way anymore. I don't hear it as I can't belong. I hear it more like I don't want to keep disappearing just to belong. That changes how I move. It means I leave some spaces earlier. It means I don't push conversation that don't carry anything real. It means I accept that sometimes there will be less around me, less noise, less interaction, because I'm not filling the gaps in the same way. It's not comfortable all the time, but it is clean. And the moments where something actually fits, where I don't have to adjust, where I don't feel the small internal shift of leaving myself myself behind just to stay. Those moments feel completely different now. I don't question them, I don't analyze them, I just recognize them. So if you are out there feeling the same kind of alienation, that sense that you're slightly outside of everything, even when you are inside it, I wouldn't rush to fix it. I would get curious about something else. Where do you stay yourself, and where do you quietly change just enough to remain? Because the answer to that might tell you more than anything about where you actually belong. Belonging is not where you can stay, it is where you don't have to change shape to stay. End of transmission. Bye.